players now have like a ton of experience, not just within the game itself, but also within planning and preparing for a format like this, including preparing for, unfortunate contingencies. Montclair State University, despite being, they won their first round and they lost their second round, so 1-1 at this point. But they're also playing down a player. Tough Ludwig could not make it for their team in time for cruise. So the player we got here, Ardot, on this King K. Rool, he will be playing twice.
Which likely will mean that as he's opening right here, I assume that he's going to be anchoring as well. So having this K. Rool sandwich during your crew battle is going to be interesting. Just the thought process of, not only trying to get the lead early, but realizing that you're going to be the one to close out. And people already know how you play because you played earlier in the crew battle, so we'll see if Ramapo A is able to take note of what Ardot is going to be doing with this K. Rool for later. Oh, wow.
Certainly not doing anything right off that stock. The forward smash on neutral getup call out. I mean, Smashville is typically seen as a really good stage for characters that can consume a lot of space, like K. Rool does with Crown, with Nair, with Cannonball, etc. And I guess with up smash too, reaching that platform and then some with the big croc. But Bry Guy is on a pretty solid trend here because he also consumes a lot of space. A lot of times, Pyra and Mythra don't play like other sorties. Mythra especially, you end up just pressing a lot more buttons as Mythra to let your multi-hits and your lack of FAF really rock.
Mm-hmm. And I think that Mythra doesn't have like the ability to control the stage, but she has the speed to control the stage, especially compared to K. Rool. Throwing out that crown that's pretty laggy. Same thing with the blunderbuss. And then Pyra, has her side B and just strong hits to be able to win center stage on such a small stage like this, that it's really not that as big of a deficit as it could be compared to Ardot being able to control the stage with that side B crown or the blunderbuss. Seeing right here, Bry Guy very aggressive here on that platform, finding a kill almost with the up B and not quite. Big back air, not killing either. The survivability on K. Rool is so surprising, but it will be the side B that will close out stock 2 on Ardot.
Ooh, yeah, big blazing end there. At 140, you needed that stock gone. You don't want to rely on Mythra. Oh my god, the down smash.
That is the scariest move because it has that belly super armor that K. Rool is definitely known for when Smash Ultimate first released. It clanking and just be a get-off-me tool almost can cheese out some stocks and kill early, especially on Pyra and Mythra. But I don't know if Ardot's going to be able to find another stock here. That dash attack not killing either. But the blunderbuss getting quite the snipe on the top of the stage.
Yeah, did the air dodge already get burned early?
No, they didn't. They swapped, I think, to the other one. And I think the swap delayed enough to where you couldn't air dodge. But up smash on the Smashville top lasso, not quite killing as early on a heavy character like K. Rool.
Nair jab comes down. Oh, okay. The jab reverse crown for the up smash. Waiting in, got the roll and just slightly misspaced it. Goes for it again with that big down tilt. Seeing if you can find any way to set up for a perfect stock position, but no dice. Bry Guy makes the onstage commitment as you have to. Finds that big forward air going up.
Reached very far, and that shield was looking scary on Ardot, especially. I mean, if that could have broken or even poked against something that Pyra was doing, then that would have been the stock right there too. But I mean, Ardot, I loved what he did with the crown, delaying the jab just enough to continue a combo. Like we said, we keep saying, character specialists with characters that aren't as popular or meta picks, and that's what you have to watch out for. I love seeing new things done with these characters day in, day out.
Yeah, the raising of the skill floor, it's guaranteed to happen across every player that's been playing this game for a long period of time, and you know what? Every player that we've been seeing is an example of that, and then some, raising the ceiling and the floor for their school, their team, and for themselves as well.
And so these are the younger, like college level players, where new blood introduces new ideas to these older, players, these, players who have stuck around for a longer time in these character settings, with how long we've been playing Ultimate. And just introducing new ideas and creativity is just so healthy for the meta and just, the knowledge that you can gain from playing this game. It's almost similar to, like, I don't know, companies introducing, like, new generations of, like, workers who are younger and they can provide fresh new outlooks for, like, projects or things that they're working on. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah. Ideally, they do that. Ideally.
Ideally, I know the job market is horrible, but, like, we're playing Smash Ultimate! Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Look at the jiggly keys!
Don't worry about it, kitten. Okay, yay.
Yeah, literally that, but we'll see what Montclair State is going to send out next now that they know that they're dealing with Pyramithra here on the floor. They do have Diamond on Ice Climbers, which is probably not going to happen, so they have Califiera on Falco, and they have Mac with a Shulk and Ken. So I believe it will be one of those two, because being a previous Ice Climbers main, Pyramithra was one of the banes of my existence fighting against, so they do not want to send Ice Climbers in against those two.
Yeah, not trying to mess with any sort of, oh no, my Firebird got down-aired, so maybe I don't go Falco. Ices, it can be too easy to separate with Mithra existing. So
even Pyra kills them at like 30, or at least Nana.
Forward tilt. Pyra forward tilt exists as a move.
Yeah, because I believe Nana takes like slightly extra percent and knockback from like attacks, because usually she ends up dying first, and like with a character like Pyra, that really is noticeable. And just even other moves in general. I mean, don't even get me started on Ice Climber's Cloud. That's the reason why I dropped that character and moved on to 599 land, because it was like, I can't. Everyone's Pocket Cloud spamming back air at ledge, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
So by process of elimination, Mac steps up and locks in the Ken as well. Normally, I don't see Ken as like a massively positive matchup for a player like going into Pyramithra, excuse me. But compared to Shulk as well, like, I would much rather have the ability to reliably go in with with these rising nairs or falling nairs rather, contest a little bit of space by the nature of Ken's combo game being so powerful. But Bree, the early insistence for Bree on this Pyra says a lot about how they're going to approach this, and it is certainly with an emphasis on like ranged advantage first and foremost. That dash attack as an anti-air was crazy. The down tilt up there, using focus attack to get through the first part, but tries to get a little greedy, and a perfect stock from Bree to start off. Not great.
Yeah, it will be this aggressive game plan that will be coming out, and yeah, Mac got a little bit too greedy there, getting out of that kill with the up air with that focus. But yeah, really having to find his way in. I don't think Shulk would have been the best option either, just because of how mobile Pyramithra are compared to Shulk's arts that aren't always active all the time. But I mean, if Mac is able to get in and get such a strong combo going, he just has to find like a one open and get something started, and Bry Guy is just not giving it to him. I mean, look at this 5% only taken.
He's got to start pressing buttons. Like, okay, this is the first time we've actually seen a combo get going. Nice patience to wait out the reversal, and that is just going to do it with the strong jab. Nice hiccup from Mac. That the entire middle sequence of that game was Mac not pressing buttons, like just waiting and waiting and biding this time, not taking a window. Wanted exactly that opener to make sure the combo would go through, not change the percent windows, not change the timings, just one hit and gone type of game plan. And it was a rough start for sure, but picked it up at the end.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was looking like Street Fighter 6 you're seeing here with this combo starting up, and then Mac intentionally drops it because he knows he can't extend it further, hoping that Bry Guy would take the bait to try to like escape with an air dodge or even that like up B and continue further out there. And that's that scare factor that you can use against your opponent, that they don't know, like, I can't continue a combo here, so let me just act like I can kill them here and bait them to give me more, breathing room to find this kill. Mac played that very well in that last interaction, considering that Guy was at 5% at the start of that, and that was like the second stock, basically. That was almost nearly a 0 death, so great gameplay from Mac using that one opening to its fullest advantage despite being down for so long in that game.
Yeah, I guess it's, you know, intrinsic enough within the thought process of a lot of players of seeing Ken Ken players take stocks off of like up air chains and using, you know, up air Shoryu, which is not usually something you see Ken do, but has been seen enough to get this scared air dodge, or I guess an up B either way. It was well positioned, well played from Mac.
Yeah.
Need more of that for Montclair State to keep up with the changing of the set, especially down a player. You know, R-Dot will eventually have to come back up. Big decision here for Ramapo.
The rage especially. I mean, Pyra is a little bit heavier than Mithra, but like you said, you know, that up air, up B with the Shoryuken, that high, even on PS2, definitely would kill. No. So it's that scare factor that, you know, Mac's probably used to seeing a lot of people panic in that situation.
Worth the do. It's the upbeat out of disadvantage that was a little bit suspect, but yeah, it's okay.
I mean, that's normal Street Fighter 6 gameplay. I'm being real. Like,
from Aegis?
Out Shoryu out of Wake Up.
Yeah, fair enough, right? Like, but different game, different vibe, but
it's still works just the same way in both games.
Fair enough. The way that Ramapo is still set up in the position to succeed, though. As I talked about at length in the previous group battle, they're +1 right now. +1 on stocks. Guy did his job, took 4 right off the jump. Great. Everybody else, all they need to do is go even. 3 stocks for 3. Solid gameplay, solid showing. And they're really talking about it here. Ken is not a character to take lightly, given the capacity for so many optimized Ken conversions that we saw Mac try to show off there, and we see the combo routes on display. They've got 5 players to pick from on a multitude of characters. They don't want to make the same mistake as they did last time, sending Sonic into a FGC character when there's no capacity for time to be a win condition. So maybe you send in Anton and they'll go like Wario Palu. Maybe Kayla comes back in as like as a defined way to shut down the mid range. We didn't see Mui Mui's Bayonetta as well in the last battle that we saw Ramapo A play in. Options are bound, and they're really talking it over.
I would expect maybe like the Zayla Snake to be able to come in just because those grenades can blow up from any of Ken's combo moves as like a combo breaker kind of situation. But it doesn't look like he's sitting down. It looks like maybe Mui Mui. But I mean, we'll see what they have in store. Bayonetta definitely carrying combos off the stage could potentially be great. And even if she's like, you know, lighter, she can get out of Ken's combos with Bat Within. So it will be Mui Mui sitting down.
Yeah, you know, you have that. Have this option as another like way to have the way to disengage easily, to run away in positive moments, to retreat to platforms, to retreat to ledge, and feel in control. The only downside here now is you're going to be giving Ken a lot of chances to survive. If you're not closing down edge guards, then Ken will win the average stock taken like percentage war. But going off stage early, up air 1, 2, 3. Oh, not quite
killing, but I mean that's a big opening for Mui Mui there, and like I think Bayonetta players know that they have to get that like one and done. That just comes with the character and the legacy from Smash 4, so they're probably well versed in tracking their opponents off stage and getting out of these scary situations. There's the Bat Within coming into play there, and I mean Mui Mui is doing very well with this first stock against Mac. Another Bat Within to get out.
Yeah, it's just enough of a gap in order to make Bat Within there be perfectly consistent. At this point, Mac just has to start reading the bats within. Oh, read the follow-up that time. Not quite perfect coverage, but good awareness from Mac on after the third time that combo dropped, waiting out the air dodge. Oh, you're starting to see it, the little bits of information that you gain when these stocks are allowed to go long, 170 and climbing.
Oh, the air dodge. Neutral air dodge. Oh, the which time? But I mean, we're seeing Mac really play stationary, trying to catch Moi Moi's afterburner kicks with those jabs to potentially find a quick kill here. And hasn't worked out too much, but there it is, finally working out in his favor, catching the heel slide into that Shoryuken, finding a kill for his team.
Yeah, easy stuff. Had enough percentage to make sure there was no gap that time. Easy stuff, easy pickings, but now you're back at 0%, and this is, yeah, that's where Bayonetta wants to be. 70% in the blink of an eye. If the last stock is anything to go by, though, you're about, 100% left to go. Yeah, Bayo can pick that up in no time. 104, another down air comes in, trying to chase down in midair, but finally Mac gets a chance to land. It's been a tough one for Mac.
Yeah, he can't really find his way in. The dash attack missing there. Hasn't found really a great landing to get something started here. Moi Moi is just trying to put space between him and Mac, or well, Mac is trying to put space between him and Moi Moi, and it's just not working out in his favor.
The existence of dive kick is, whoa, yeah, very nice. ABK back air. The existence of dive kick really throws off the type of Ken that Mac was trying to play. It felt like, it was very much, they walk you down, like, dash shuffle in. Can't use a lot of focus attack in that matchup because of the existence of like the bullet arts and like hold moves to create multi hits out of nowhere. But
yeah, there's a lot of multi hits from Bayonetta, so focus isn't useful besides a movement tool to Ken in that situation.
But the same thing applies from the last game that we saw Mac. He just didn't apply a lot of pressure, and when he did get a hit, it mattered. For sure. We saw twice over Mac basically find a hit at like 50% and take a stock, more or less, nuance to both of those.
He was really expecting his opponent to hold forward into him, and that really wasn't the case. I feel like you were saying, like he had to be a little bit more aggressive here and there to not make his game plan so obvious in what he wanted.
And thus led to the utility of dive kick as a disengage option, being throwing off all of Mac's game plan and leading to the game state that we saw slowly pull away in favor of Moi Moi. But there's multiple games to go. A stock was taken for Mac in there, only down by 2 stocks here, which means you are on the same player. The explosiveness of any character and any player can absolutely flip this game on its head, and thus Diamond steps up to the plate. Has an Aegis in his pocket, but Diamond is known for and executes the best when he gets to play his Ice Climber.
Mm-hmm. Now, Ice Climbers into Bayonetta can be problematic sometimes, obviously, if Nana gets caught up in a Bayonetta combo and just gets gimped early. But I mean, you do have a lot of great out-of-shield options with Ice Climbers. If Bayonetta tries to heel slide into you, you can do up smash. Blizzard's very great as well for catching multi-hits. Same thing with Squall, their side B. Also being good damage putting on. I think Ice Climbers can do well into this, and not to mention the crew battle setting. If you lose Nana, it's not like, those are the only stocks that you have with both of them. If you win the match, you get her back. So very important for Diamond to stay alive and win as many matches as possible in this crew battle setting. Seeing right here already starting with these desync soy milks, trying to find icebergs or the blizzards to catch Moi Moi just a little bit.
Tried to find the Nair up air as a different sort of combo routing there, or at least cover both of your bases.
Might have been another up air potentially, and Nana just did the Nair, but at least that up air at low percents puts on so much damage and then can cover later on for like kills potentially. We're seeing here Diamond just wants to be as desynced as possible to keep just a hitbox active so that Moi Moi doesn't catch both of them at the same time.
Yeah, okay, Nana got caught up.
Yeah, a little bit of a forwarder. It will be the heel slide into that down smash. That down smash actually throughout Ultimate's lifespan got buffed twice. So it's a great single killing move for ice climbers if you're separated or only just have Popo left. It only hits on one side though because of each climber doing one side and the other when they're together.
Right. Oh, Nana getting caught, but that's where Popo can come in with an up air of their own. Diamond is just basically just run up, desync Blizzard, and up tilt. Just all about the coverage when it comes to those multi-hits, both in front and above. It's custom built to stop ABK in. And Louis having a really hard time playing around it. Down a stock already. Oh, that was huge.
Yeah, especially with Nana's protection being stuck in Blizzard, she couldn't save Diamond. And that's going to be a stock loss, which is huge for Diamond, especially as that they found the kill right as they lost their stock. Quite unfortunate for Diamond there. But he made a bit of a comeback, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, given how that game was going, I was kind of anticipating Diamond be in a position to tie the game up. He was playing with such control and such awareness of Bayonetta's ability to change space and burst range, most especially with ABK and dive kick being the thing that Diamond was trying to shut down. Yeah, unfortunately, though, a big witch time puts Ramapo back in the same spot as before, where they're in a +1 position and nobody has thrown that off yet again.
Yeah, not quite yet, but I mean, Ice Climbers could be the way to find it here. Just, you're seeing how much Diamond is desyncing here, just throwing out hitboxes, creating these blizzard walls and icebergs to just kind of snuff out opponents' options. Like, you're gonna have to find a way around it, and we'll see what Ramapo A has to take down Ice Climber. They do only have to deal with 2 stocks though instead of 3. It's great that Moi Moi was able to take out 1 just before losing, and that's very good for Ramapo A in this situation.
They're sending in previously who was their anchor last time, the last set that they played against Rutgers A. Ramapo sending in Himzu to go Me Brawler into Diamond's Ice Climbers. All right.
Now this is interesting, I'd say, at least, because the shot put definitely is a thing that can split up Ice Climbers. But when I think about Me Brawler, I think about Fox. You know, they share a lot of similarities in their gameplay and movement. And Ice Climbers does well into Fox at times. So I'm quite interested to see why Himzu is coming out here. But maybe the shot put can disrupt a lot of what Diamond's trying to do with these desync.
I think the biggest part isn't the physics. I mean, it's less so the physics, but more so the capacity for vertical extensions and greater combos can separate or do massive damage to Nana or Popo individually. And more importantly, the thing that Fox doesn't have in comparison to, Me Brawler is a command grab, a flip jump, a up air that with a reliable killing conversion. That entire sequence was Diamond being put in a terrible position because Himzu knew as soon as he got a hit, take Nana out of play.
And that's the thing, you want to keep them split up as much as possible, and you want to bully them separately at all times because of that recovery, just snuffing them out. We're seeing here Diamond hanging on with that one last stock, but I mean, this has been doing pretty well for Himzu, putting on this damage here and not really letting Diamond play their game.
Oh, Nair jab as a coverage there, yeah. Looking good thus far. Committed pretty harshly to that forward smash, and not going to connect with the Squall Hammer getting to platform so easily. It really seems
that
like
rising squall is so good, and then just the backer being able to cover. It's just good mobility for Ice Climbers to get out of that scary situation there. But Himzu really putting his foot on the gas.
Diamond needs to take this stock here in order to help out the remainder of his team. As Califer and Ardot left remaining. Oh, the run-up grab. Nice down throw because of the splash hitbox. It stuffs out a Diamond's attempt at a whiff punish.
Yeah,
up
being
tilt.
aware of those grabs with hitboxes like that, being able to punish your ice climbers from punishing like that. But I think that was a forward throw or something that didn't have that hitbox, and Himzu lost the stock because of it.
Tries to cover with it down. Oh man, any single side B that connects can be a massive difference. Or dash attack, same idea applies. Looking for these up airs and trying to juggle 141 up smash, but it hits Nana, not Popo. The roll behind. Okay, had his double jump. Diamond.
Yeah, it's very scary because that side B Squall can be desynced out of too. So if Himzu is caught wrong, like the Blizzard F smash, Diamond will survive another day and takes the lead for Montclair State.
On his final stock at that, it puts, the script is now flipped. +1 the other way. Diamond completely transforming the game here. And with only a few players left, only 2 players left, a decision needs to be made for Ramapo. Decision that they heavily talk about between Zella, Anton, and Kayla, between Pac-Man, Zella's bevy of different characters, including a Cloud or a Snake, and then Anton having a Wario and a Palutena. I'd be hard-pressed to think you don't try to send in Zella's Snake here, or Zella's Cloud, to try and matchup check and win out the day, even if you have to go for a stock trade there.
Yeah, considering what Montclair State has left with the Falco and the K Rule, Snake wouldn't be a bad idea to put up against Ice Climbers just because of how the grenades will affect them. But if they want to go for a safer option, they could bring out Antoine's Palu, who is more of like a, early ultimate meta, but like neutral, kind of consistent character that can cover all bases, and that might go better into the matches after Diamond. But instead, it will be Kayla that will be coming out with the Pac-Man, which can make sense because of the projectiles and the spacing game that Pac-Man wants to play against Ice Climbers, and that Hydrant also impacting Ice Climbers' potential to desync.
Yeah, I can get down with this a lot. Kayla also played extremely well in the last set, so not only are you playing into what can be like a pretty positive overall matchup perspective in terms of what Diamond has been trying to do. Consistent approach routes have been desync up tilt Blizzard. Pac-Man can disengage with that really well, but also they might be riding the hot hand. Kayla has been playing very well all day, that we have seen, playing with a high amount of solid execution and good situational awareness, only getting one harsh call out the entire time that we've watched her play. So could be playing into both a momentum and a personal state type of decision as well.
Yeah, we'll see what's going to go on here. We do have just one Ice Climber stock to deal with, so this could be a quick match for Kayla, as Ice Climbers doesn't really have a great way to approach if they are, snuffed out with Pac-Man, if Pac-Man wants to play that long game. But FD being a pick for Ice Climbers is scary because, they're crazy with these flat stages doing their desync combos, and Diamond is no stranger to desyncing.
Oh, falling up air as Ice Climbers. Look at the damage that did. 67 in a blink of an eye. Trying to set up Hydrant.
Yeah, even on its own, up air is such a great combo tool. But comboing into that back air, look at Diamond just putting this on, no damage, and already a stock from Kayla's gone. This is quite the turnaround from how this crew battle was looking at the start.
Diamond put his team on his back and said, "Don't worry, guys, I've got this."
Well, he's got 4 shoulders to hold them up on, so that makes sense.
It's not his back; it's their back. Nana and Popo working together to lap in percentage. This is what now? He's taken 7 stocks, working on his 8th. Trying for a big forward air, the second hit making it plus as well. And Kayla not able to take out Nana when they had the opportunity to just make it a Sopo game. Even grabs the Galaga. He's playing great.
Yeah, and he's also putting slight damage on the Fire Hydrant to get rid of it in a different way if he needs to. He's being very aware about where Hydrant is. Kayla losing another stock. Montclair State University is running away with this, all from an Ice Climbers. You've got to know how you want to deal with this character.
Diamond is a difference maker, and just like his tag, it's unbreakable. The Nana come in at the last moment, ran all the way back, and perfectly timed for an up air follow-up. 47 and blink behind, and we're just threatening with these big forward airs, and there's the run and up tilt, covering space, double up air, 75 lapped in percentage again, and winning the hydrant war, as you were saying earlier, Gamma. One strong hit away, and we're just looking for it.
Yeah, we're seeing, this is why FD is such a strong stage for ice climbers, because those blizz walls at the ledge just will cover all options. Trying to go for the belay kill, Cheesy did not find it. That is something that I don't see very often. Oh my gosh, Diamond wants that kill.
Yeah, the recognition, another up air to beat out the hydrant, getting rid of it immediately. Covering with up air, oh, there's a back air, one more, trying to find a connect. Instead, Nana very much separated, and finally out of the woodwork. Sopo and a dream here for Diamond, but you're in a position where you don't need many combos. Dude, he's so aware. He's so locked in.
Oh my god, this is, oh my goodness, he's so aware. Look at this. I mean, Diamond now being on Sopo does have options to get out that forward air, down smash. Down tilt at ledge also sends out a nasty angle, but it will be the forward air closing it out. Diamond gets back Nana for one more stock. Oh my goodness. I need to see that hydrant push with the F smash once again, because that was incredible.
It was so close, but I mean, with 2 players left, 2 left and at the ready for Montclair State to take on exactly 1 Falco. Califera versus 3 players, 7 stocks. Let's see what the Falco's got.
I mean,
or excuse me,
no, it's either Zayla or Antoine. So we have the Wario Palu. I don't think it's gonna be Wario. So if anything, probably the most consistent character maybe here would be Joker, I'd say, or Snake.
It'd be
I
Snake,
think that Cloud,
sure.
While it's great into ice climbers, you risk losing stocks due to getting shot by the laser or like anything K. Rool throws at you. That I don't think it's good in the long run. But Zayla will be playing for the final member of Ramapo A, and they go with Snake.
Yeah, this is what I expected. Snake is the most positive character into ice climbers, into Falco, and into K. Rool. If you consider all of them, Falco will be tough, but between K. Rool and ice climbers, you need something consistently positive. So it was either going to be Cloud, Snake, or Palutena, and Snake just makes the most sense. You can play Disruptor, you can play Aggressive between Snake's really solid normals. You can change the game on the dime and change how you want to play very, very quickly. And as we saw in the game that Zella played against Pataya, while time isn't a win condition, Zella is willing to play as slow as he needs to. The mental fortitude for that is certainly there to make a comeback, and this will be a long 3 games.
And that you need to play like that, especially against ice climbers. It's one of those characters where it's like you have to just play the long game, because if you rush in and approach, like, they are going to mess you up. You have to pick your battles wisely here. We're seeing Zayla really play that slow game, getting this to even percent. The belay doesn't connect again. Wow.
Yeah. I understand going for that though, right? Like the belay on the Cypher either wins you immediately, or you just lose out on the damage war anyway. So you need something explosive right then, and that was a perfect opportunity to do so. Unfortunately, didn't connect. That's tough, but that's where you've got your team to back you up between Ardot and Califera.
Yeah, that, like, the super armor on Cypher would have absolutely been broken there, and that's that kind of jump scare that ice climbers can do to a lot of characters that, you know, recover high like that. Another one being Rob, where if you're able to catch them off guard and cheese out a kill like that, it's huge, especially in crew battle. It looks like actually Ardot isn't being the anchor and is instead going to be the 4th pick here for Montclair State University, being up 3 stocks to Ramapo A's 3.
Yeah, I think it is a fine call, right? Like Falco can excel, especially in crew battle formats, when you do have a more limited type of crew battle state. If you can force a snake to consistently approach you as Falco, that can be very good, and that's a trigger you don't want to pull. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Going into the final stop or a final game.
It's probably easier for Falco to clean up like 2 or potentially 1 stocks compared to K. Rool trying to do that. I think that starting off with a heavier character makes sense for Montclair State University's pick.
So far, I mean, we're seeing the value of Snake here. Jumps are not safe against him. Grenades make it hard to reliably press some of those zoning normals that K. Rool typically likes to do. Dash attacks to burst through are oftentimes off the table, and K. Rool does have a decent dash grab, but oftentimes that requires a bit of setup that he's not really getting the opportunity to do. Oh, looking very, very strong here. Smashville as well, not being a great pick for Ardot, despite all the benefits that it gained him early. It's not doing a ton right now for him.
No, it isn't, but as long as he can get 1 or potentially 2 stocks for Calafiera, that can be all the difference to make it win this set in total. So he just needs to find that 1 at least, and it looks like Zayla is pretty unhealthy here, getting popped up by that grenade. But I mean, he's hanging strong, playing this very safe, like you mentioned before, and like he does have that patience to close this out.
Need to see Ardot go for a grab here. Like, he has not tried it at all the entirety of this game. It feels like the entirety of the set. Oh, and the run in, playing a little too slow, a little too safe. That allowed for that dash in up tilt from Zella to find its mark. 135. There's the down throw as a punish out of shield. But the down throw up tilt doesn't take the stock either. Snake too heavy, not enough rage.
Yeah, that dash attack will close it out. I think Ardot is really saving his cards for that grab kill, as you mentioned before, but maybe he's saving it a little bit too much. I mean, 2 stocks down and you're not really utilizing that grab to the fullest of its ability can be detrimental, and you're losing that lead that was brought up so well from Diamond earlier in the crew battle set.
Oh no, that's an opportunity. Snake rising down there. Like, oh no, you had a grenade in hand. Yeah.
Yep. I saw that grenade in Ardot's hand, and that was quite the unfortunate timing.
Yeah, it's tough. Window just, it seems like matchup unfamiliarity there in a lot of ways for Ardot. Not choosing the right windows to attempt to punish it, like that rising down air from ledge. Not applying as much mid-range pressure, instead would just like engage and then disengage, as opposed to trying to like grab a grenade and throw it away, or run in and grab Snake so he can't pull grenades as deliberately. Played around C4 pretty well, but it was playing around Snake that was the hard part. And, I mean, 2 stocks to 3 is certainly a lead, but damn, I wouldn't feel comfortable with this at all given how Zella played that last set. It is going to be a firefight.
Yeah, I don't think that this is really a comfortable position to be in, especially against a character like Snake that will play so slow, and then a player like Zella who's just calm and collected in this. So, I don't know. I mean, we're going to see how Calafiera does piloting the Falco to victory, but I mean, it's really coming down to the wire.
Certainly is. Falco, Snake, solid matchup on both sides. I think there's been times where Falco has been seen as like a pretty solid counter, pretty solid play into Snake. Sometimes the inverse is true. It kind of depends on player and style and general flow for how you end up trying to play this matchup. There's a train running by, signaling our final game of these crew battles. After this, there'll be a quick break and then right over to singles, but we got to determine the winner of our final crew battle. Here, let's go, guys.
All right, being in small battlefield, being the final pick for this set here, definitely has a lot of space for both players to play their game plan. We're seeing here Zayla using that lower crouch that Snake has, similar to Kirby, to duck under the lasers. which can help with survivability, and these platforms can give good extensions for both players and their combo routes.
Yeah, the downside to that duck is while you beat lasers, you don't beat Falco down tilt, which is like a really, really good move as a low poking launcher. Sets up perfectly for all of Falco's combo game. Just jumping away, peppering with a little lasers, knows that he can play a little bit slower, and doesn't have to rush in to try and scramble against Snake. The run up tilt was an insane pickup, trying to get Zella to react, but down tilt comes down to his own.
Yeah, definitely wasn't a kill, but definitely a scare factor that Zell is going to have to keep in mind, because that up tilt into back air is just such a bread and butter for Falco, especially being around this higher percent that can find a kill eventually. That forward air not quite getting it, trying to go high? No, caught by a grenade instead. This is looking a little bit scary, but Califera does have that stock lead just enough.
Feeling a dash attack from the Snake. Feeling it. And oh, Nair! Same idea, but a nice little bit of evasion from Zella in order to whiff punish that laser and then find a Nikita to close out the stock. Even stock count here.
Yeah, the dash attack might be that like last stock kill that he might try to look for instead, to not let Califera know his plan. But the F smash almost bringing it back to an even game. Quite the call out.
I feel like if he was just a little too late. It might have been. It might have been early. You might have been able to hit before the 2-frame, given the position. If you just let it rip a little sooner, that's a tough one for Zella, because that really felt like an opportunity to bring momentum and everything back on your side. And instead, you took a Falco B&B and you're left in the same position as you had been for most of the game, down a stock and just playing even.
Yeah, he's not out yet, but I mean, 93%, he's taken a lot of chip damage on this last stock, which is quite unfortunate as Califera tries to find this kill now, getting to around that Falco kill percent with this little bit of rage. Zayla really has to like play this patient game, use that, you know, like mind game to stay alive here. That dash attack could be coming out soon, as you mentioned before. Oh, off the top, not quite.
Didn't DI around the laser from Falco's up throw. Playing slow,
yeah, Zayla
shield oriented.
Is one hit to death potentially here for Ramapo. And the Firebird.
Footstool Firebird. I mean, the damage is crazy though at this point. I mean, if Falco doesn't have, like, we're down tilt
might even kill potentially.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that could be the winning kill. One stock apiece. This is all down to the wire here. Zayla might be able to find a cheesy F smash kill or something strong, but Califera is playing this so patient and well to not overextend.
Does not want to risk anything. I say that and then immediately Phantasms, but less lag on that than usual. The landing hitbox of forward air, almost getting this stock. The flash screen, 193, tries for it again. Yeah, there's the down tilt.
Yeah, what a walk-up down tilt, definitely. Being at that high percent, you know that that's just the one move that you can throw out, especially with Zayla crouching so much and him being on the floor most of the time. Like, it just sweeps perfectly like that.
Yeah, hard plays around. The hard play, counterplay around a laser gets beaten by Falco reliably being able to just walk up and down tilt. Not only does it hit a crouching Snake, it also still threatens Reflector while you walk forward and do that. So can't reliably put out grenades to dissuade that. You just have to find the right timing to either put up a shield or to up tilt or forward tilt or anything, a dash attack. It becomes a game of chicken that is played was played very well by Califera in the final moments of our final crew battle. Well done, and congrats to Montclair State University. Down a player, but coming out of the crew battle portion of the Fireside Open with 2 wins. Wins over the Rutgers B team and over Ramapo A, with their only loss being to Rutgers A, which kind of makes Rutgers A the big winner of this little crew battle portion, as they went 3-0 against the field. As kind of expected, Rutgers A is in a really good spot consistently as a team for collegiate crew battle setting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did a very good job. A lot of great plays going on today in crews, but now we're moving on to the big singles matches coming up real soon here. But we got some ads here. Speaking of burning, I guess Afterburner, great event that I went to last year is going to be in Auburn, Indiana, at the Cruise Plaza once again, January 16th to 18th. Starting off early in the year, we're going to have Ultimate, Melee, Street Fighter 6, and Rivals 2, and have a car on stage. It was a great event to go to last year. I love the Indiana scene and the people who run it there. Shout out to Scrubbed Out. I'm going to be there, I think, if everything works out. So check that out, start.gg/afterburner if you want to check that out.
Yeah, super, super sick for all Afterburner and for every single Monday. Collision Series TV offers a lot of events, including the Fusion Weekly that happens every Monday in Rahway, New Jersey. You can register for it right away at start.gg/fusion. It is going to be happening tomorrow. It'll be a cold fusion, but it'll be fun no less with Smash Ultimate and Rivals of Aether 2. And it will be a continued part of the Fusion series. There's been the weekly fusions, the bigger Fusion pluses, and of course, something in the works that is going to be coming soon and announced real soon with Smash Ultimate, Rivals of Aether 2, and some Melee action as well. Got to keep your eye on.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of the Collision, I mean, we have the Collision Twitch channel that you're on right now. The Collision series, if you want to support them, you can follow them on social media. You're already on the Twitch screen right now, but they're also on Twitter at Collision Smash and their YouTube Collision Series. So if you want to support these events that are happening or support the people running this, be sure to check them out and give them a follow.
Yeah, it's a great time. And a great event that kind of has become one of the major pillars of the tri-state scene. Love to see it, and happy to be part of it as well. So with Collision Series TV and the Collision stream still active the entire rest of the day with some Smash Ultimate singles featuring players like Tweak and Pharaoh and Jackal and so many amazing talents. We saw BDB in the background. It's going to be a great time, including with a lot of the players that you saw during the collegiate battle. That's going to be it for us. Gamma, any final thoughts?
I thought it was a great event today, and singles is going to be just as great, so I don't think that you guys should leave the Twitch stream right now. You guys should stick around for a lot of great single matches today, but it's been real fun commentating today with you.
Yeah, it's been an absolute blast. Excited to see it. Hopefully there will be another time, but until then, everyone keep seated as some Smash Ultimate singles get started right after this.